You are an author, and you've written a number of books. You're working on a few more books right now. One of them looks at the U.S.-Canada relationship, in particular the U.S.-Quebec relationship.
Sure. Yeah, that's a fascinating project. It's, you know, I have the good fortune at SUNY Plattsburgh to also be the director of the Institute of Quebec Studies. And, you know, I have a lot of good friends, and I've gotten to know a tremendous number of scholars over the years working on Quebec-oriented research. And it's very clear when you look at when I'm at a conference or I'm organizing an event, whatever it may be, that what has been needed for a long time is a new multidisciplinary book, bringing a score of scholars together who are experts in various regions and various topics together. And fortunately, myself and two colleagues in Montreal, Stéphane Paquin at ANAP and Frédéric Gagnon at the University of Quebec, Montreal, UQAM, we brought a group of scholars together. We met in Lake Placid, actually, a couple of years back, and now all of these papers have been edited, and they'll come out in a multi-edited volume with Paul Gray Macmillan very soon. And then the French version comes out with Presse Université Laval later this year. So it's something that's long overdue. There have been contributions over the years, but nothing in a significant, important, timely way in the last 20 plus years.
And then we'll just touch briefly, you're working on two other books looking at the Eastern Townships, the history of the Eastern Townships, and Lake Champlain.
Yeah, absolutely. The Eastern Townships book is a labor of love. It goes back to my professional connections and personal connections. I had two sons who went to school at Bishop's University, and once again, bringing together a couple of co-editors, doing an author's workshop, about 20 authors, looking at, and this is fascinating, it's not just a profile per se of the Eastern Townships across issues like religion, immigration, politics, but it's looking for each chapter. The consistent theme throughout the book is sort of suggesting, you know, what impact has the Quebec, it's called Quebec, I should say, the Eastern Townships in the world, a community and its global connections. So it's looking at how the international community has impacted developments in the Eastern Townships, and how the Eastern Townships in turn has impacted developments in the international community. Some things like agricultural practices, somebody might not think about, but the big issue there has been how Quebec has had, how the townships have had an important impact on sustainable agricultural practices. One of our authors, Darren Bardotti at Bishop's University, looks at that. So that's a great project. And the other one, on Lake Champlain, once again, I'm happy to do, doing this book with my colleague Tim Myhook. We're editing it. We have a smaller group of scholars together from California and Connecticut and New York and Vermont. And it's a real interdisciplinary book in the sense that half of the book is dedicated to sort of politics and legal issues involving the 50th anniversary of the Clean Water Act and the Lake Champlain Basin. And the other half of the book, the other half, is looking at really important scientific issues specific to the lake. And so that will come out with SUNY Press later this year, as far as I know. So yeah.
Fantastic.
So we're keeping busy.
Fantastic. Chris Kirkey, thank you very much for taking the time.
Anytime, Tom. Thank you.